Wait. Am I a fucking idiot? Did you guys actually hear anything I just said there? Oh, please tell me you did. Oh my god, shit. If we're going to be having fuck-ups like that, at least it's like right in the first few minutes of the stream. Because I just looked and the mic audio was off there and I'm like, did I not press that button? I thought I did press that button. Well, if you didn't hear my stupid bollocks, you're probably better off. Good morning, afternoon. I'll say that just in case my mic wasn't on. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Have I got everything covered? Yeah, I think I've got everything covered. Oh, I don't have the game actually on my screen. That's probably a good start. Don't want to be watching it through OBS. Alright, let's have a wee look. See how this game actually goes. It seems to be a lot of the Warhammer games like top down kind of thing, but makes sense, you know, it's this big army kind of shit. Alright, settings. Alright, turned off motion blur. Alright, cool. Alright, what do we want here? So we get casual, normal, hard, very hard. Skip tutorial, no. Oh wait, there's an Iron Man in this? Interesting. You can also customize it. Wait, this is curious. Alright. I don't know how hard this game is. Because you go into a lot of games, like, see first person shooters, I automatically go for like the hardest difficulty, because if you know how to shoot and take cover properly, it's not that bad. I mean, you can get one shot easily in those games, but you know, if you're just persistent enough, you can usually get to the end on the hardest difficulty. But with strategy games, it's a different story altogether. Alright, so we get no Blackstone one way or the other unless we're playing on casual. Holy shit. Go from 0 Blackstone to 200. So the thing with Blackstone is, probably shouldn't even waste my time talking about this, but the thing with Blackstone is this kind of like makeup. That's the stone typically found on Necron Tomb Worlds. But the Mechanicus really wants it because it's like really valuable and really what's the word? Not valuable, but it's tough. It's like really tough. But they pretty much do the typical like dwarf thing of getting too greedy and, you know, causing a hive tomb world to wake up. You know what? I'm gonna play it safe for once. Because I'm okay at strategy games, but I'm not amazing. Like, I would never play XCOM on hard mode. Ever. Because I'm just not that good. I like strategy games, but I'm just not amazing at them. And we're not doing Iron Man. That means we can't save. And permadeath, that's also not a smart idea. So let's keep going. Yep, control support. Oh, that's interesting. So I can't actually go back to controller support. No, I can't go back to mouse and keyboard unless I restart the game. Oh wait, no, it probably means like turn the game off, turn it back on again. I thought I was about to say, oh, you need to play through the entire story again. No. Yep, controller. Thank you very much, game. 41st Millennium, a time of darkness and war. Imperial man claims the whole galaxy in the name of the God Emperor. It fights an endless war against Xenos from without, heretics from within, and supernatural horrors from beyond. Alongside the Imperium's war fleets serve the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are the tech priests of Mars, guardians and reclaimers of humanity's technology. They are searching for remnants of knowledge from man's glorious past, exploring the depths of the galaxy for worlds long lost to mankind. In the name of the machine god, they manufacture the Imperial war machines within gigantic foundries known as Forge Worlds, which is where we were in Warhammer Space Marine. but we didn't see any hint or hair of Mechanicus personnel, which bugs the crap at me. I don't get that. Maybe they couldn't like render them properly in that gen. I don't know. Because, you know, they're like really detailed with mechanical parts and all that shit, whatever. Gradually, tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus shed their human weaknesses, replacing their limbs and organs with machinery that is both stronger and spiritually pure. Their leaders, the inscrutable Magi, protect the forged roads and explore the furthest corners of the galaxy with their cohorts of Skitarii troops. Weird tangent, but I don't think I'd ever get Adeptus Mechanicus model sets, because it says, like, it mentions like Skitarii at the end there as like a wee minor thing, but see the wee miniatures, most of them are bloody Skitarii, and I don't like the designs. They're kind of like steampunk, but I don't want steampunk in my sci-fi. It just looks out of place. Alright, tangent over. At the time of warfare, tragedy, and portents of doom, across this benign galaxy, the Adeptus Mechanicus are one of mankind's last defences against the new Dark Age. They are effectively a Dark Age now, I don't know what it's talking about. See if you've seen this. See if you're up to date on like Warhammer. Oh my god, it's so depressing. The university staying is like ridiculously depressing. Hey Z buddy, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. How's your day going? Give me a second. I saw you did the shout out thing, so I might as well. There we go. Perfect. It's going well, bud. How's your day? Not bad, it's been quite quiet. I got a wee bit of painting in after I woke up and just been watching YouTube and the like. That's about it. It's good to have a day off work, it really is. Get to catch up with sleep that I've been missing. Right, where are we? Or perhaps we'll be the ones to hasten its dawn. Right, so we're starting the gameplay now. My next day off is Friday. Feels so far away. It really does, doesn't it? I wish I had a consistent schedule, but see when I get like a few days off in a row, I'm so happy for it. Redditus. An echo in the noosphere, Majors. An old transmission lost in the warp and recovered only now. Are you on a rota like me? I'm on basically every week is different. So they basically just print out a sheet of what the schedule is going to be for the coming week. So I honestly have no idea what I'm working until the rota gets published. I wish it was consistent. Yeah. As a pain, I only get one weekend off a month, but you know, whatever. An old transmission lost in the warp and recovered only now. Ooh. Is it worthy of our attention? The Great Divide torments the galaxy. The resources of the Adeptus Mechanicus are stretched thin. We are weaker than ever, though the Imperium at large knows it's not. This represents an unknown but possible key to victory. An opportunity to research, perhaps avert the ill fate that is befalling us. The transmission's origin is Silver Tenebris, part of the Amicis Solaris within Ultima Segmentum. It feels hard for people like me and you who can guarantee their days until we get the rota for a schedule that week. Yeah, it can be, because sometimes you end up with a bunch of days back to back you weren't really ready for, and then when you're like planning for days off and that, or for example, my dentist appointments are months in advance booked. So more often than not, I might end up working on the day that my dentist appointment is, but I don't know it when I set the appointment, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. Job's a job though. I much rather do my job than work in a call centre again. I hated the call centres. You know, the customers hated you, the management hated you, and the moment you weren't useful, you get kicked out in your ass. It's great. Don't miss that. Sets the rules, Redis, gather them. 4 months later. Which in 40k is not a long period of time. Access in majors, reset, whatever. Okay. Whoever finds this transmission follows me here. Give thanks that you'll see what I have seen. But beware, my fellow seekers of knowledge. Whatever lies beneath this world, I fear, I hope I have woken it. I came to this world to investigate its ruins, but I found so much more. Terrors, yes. Threats to body and soul. But by the Omnissiah I found such wonders. And unfortunately we know what that is. Well, at least I know what that is. Because the cover of the game basically just spoils it for you. And if you know the lore, you obviously know what it is anyway. This is the last transmission of Major's Resac. He vanished well on an explorative mission to investigate Xenos structures on Silva Tenebris. Hypothesis. He found something. Our mission on this world is to discern any Xenos presence, and if we find it, eliminate it as a threat to the Imperium. The opening of the Great Divide means we can call on no additional support from the Froze Worlds. We must achieve this with the troops and resources we bring with us. Ah, right. So this sector, the Mechanicus, is separated from Terra. Because basically what happened in Warhammer at one point, it's basically Warcraft, is there's basically this massive divide in the universe that splits it in two. Because there's the Materium and Emiterium, and the Emiterium's like basically where all the demons are. And there was this crusade at one point, one of the Black Crusades, and it caused this like large but not necessarily huge like portal to the demon's realm to just like fragment and just become like this massive scar that just separated like all the human worlds from each other. I'm not sure what generation what version that came out in Warhammer. I wonder if that was like a recent thing or has that always been a thing in Warhammer. No idea. But yeah, these guys are pretty much cut off. Benefit analysis, peaceful sector, knowledge for mankind, plus potential, plus opportunity. An opportunity to destroy the works of the Xenos. Scaevola. Not appropriate them. Demiscrin, manuscript verse 619. What the enemy built, let it be made asunder. For to us it will be as a house of sand and knives. That's another thing with the Imperium. They have this thing where they can't take anyone else's technology because they think it's heretical, and they also can't like they can't like improve in their own technology because they think it's heretical because there's no way it could possibly be better, and any way you could say that it is just wrong. So it's basically space Dark Ages in a way. You know, where religion just supersedes everything else. Magi, we are approaching the target coordinates. And here comes the ship. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Alright, that's worrying. I wonder if that'll come back into play. Okay, I was saying the Gela field was failing. So basically to like light speed travel, they do like a travel through the warp, which is like the Emitter where the demons are. But they need like a psychic protection so they don't get fucked up by the demons. There she is. Temperature, climate, atmosphere, standard, breathable. My Skitarii troops should be able to operate down there without trouble. Are they ready to make landfall? As soon as we're in a stable orbit, Majors. Administrative records indicate a single colony, St. Eckhart's Hope, on the surface near the Xenos ruins. No contact recorded in 2 centuries. Colony presumed failed. The Skitarii will deploy to the surface near the ruins along with a team of tech priests under my direct command. I need to stop like forming the sentences in my head before I freaking read them. I keep tripping over myself. I shall monitor them from the command throne on board. Servosco Redtus will serve as my eyes on the surface. We make landfall at once. Yes, Majors. I set up a forward command post. Precise transmission looked like it came from underground. We'll secure any entrances to an underground structure so your tape priests can begin the exploration. Alright, what is this? Agrilik sector located. This tomb reeks of stale, dusty antiquity. Its once stern architecture is littered with debris and tarnished with the patina of age. Here and there fissures in the structure cast feeble light over cracked and tarnished metal. The tomb was once brutalist and oppressive, as if designed to crush the spirits of its inhabitants. It is no less intimidating now, but instead of evoking a merciless guiding intelligence, it speaks only of declining and of death. This place seems abandoned at first glance, but as the exploratory troops move through its hushed corridors, the ancient dust stirs and something long dead begins to take on a facsimile of life. There's a lot more reading in this than I was expecting. It is Warhammer, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Going by a fragmented information, it looks like a buried tomb structure. And we know what that means! Then the sword of the Omnissiah is ready to fall. We deploy immediately. Let secrets of this world equal 0. I counsel caution, Major Fosti, in this. Our purpose should be here to destroy the threat of the alien, not to bask in its blasphemy. Aphorism of the Logic Saints, Sim 0.91, in the presence of the Xenos lies the invisible miasma of corruption. Yeah, but that's the problem with some of the Mechanicus, they just can't leave stuff well alone. Destruction is not possible from orbit, VDEX. The structure is too deeply buried. In spite of all that, I have no intention of plundering whatever trinkets I can find from this place. Well, you don't, but your bodies probably do. Ooh, what is this? Is this like a planning stage? The explorator unit of tech priests is inside the tomb and ready to proceed, Majors. There is no telling what we will find. My men will hold the perimeter in case of the unexpected. It would be folly to commit our whole manpower to the unknown, especially when the potential of a moral threat exists that the Skitarii are less able to withstand. I have the greatest respect for my Skitarii, but they are still far from the ascension that a tech priest affords. Damn straight they are. I agree, Subdoma. I shall lead the mission in person from the command throne. Yeah, that's in person? Okay. Servosco Redditus shall be my eyes and ears on the ground. Omnissiah be praised. We're going in. I don't know how that applies to... how is that leading in person? Okay. I guess for the Mechanicus that technically is. The Adeptus Mechanicus is a curious breed. They explore and interact with machines they do not fully understand. I see we've got a list of units down there. Within this tutorial, you'll have to explore the interface to discover what to do. Like a true tech priest, you must experiment in order to learn. Is this a half-assed excuse to not give me a proper tutorial? We'll help you out this one time. Press... They always assume you're on an Xbox controller, don't they? Press L1 and R1 to select a room. Then press... I'm guessing it's going to be square to move to that destination. Press X to continue. There you go, I corrected it for you. There you go. I'm pressing the L1 and R1, it's not doing it. I suppose it's because I only have one room to move to. These Xeno hieroglyphs, I know of them. They're Maya endures, Necrons, mysterious elf research corruptive. This could be a rare sample of the Necron language, Majors. We have barely any knowledge of it. Collecting data from this obelisk could move our understanding of the language ahead for the first time in centuries. It's the work of alien Majors, Codex Fulminatus 83.12. Should caution scorning all things. Sometimes tech priests will feed back important information about what they encounter in a room. These situations will require you, our commander, to make wise decisions. There will be consequences, so choose wisely. This is slowly but surely starting to feel like Darkest Dungeon, kind of. Ahead is an obelisk-like object covered in what could only be described as hieroglyphic symbols. It almost reaches the tall ceiling of this chamber. See, I've got a bit of an advantage with this. You can see because I'm mostly building Necrons in the miniature game. I know a wee bit about Necrons here and there. So I've actually got an edge for this. I don't know much about Mechanicus, but I know my way around a Necron. Alright, so what would that be? Let's think. What would that be? If I had to guess, it's probably like a data source or like an energy source, that kind of thing. Yeah, probably better securing the area first. We're detecting a massive energy spike from inside the tomb. Thank the Omnissiah no one was close enough to be hit by the radiation, but something's happening in there. Something huge. Nautilus source detected, also known as Blackstone. Request collection immediate. Go! The cohort searches the chambers, adjoining the obelisk location. They find a few pieces of wreckage made from exotic materials. They're gathering them when the obelisk suddenly splits open, bathing its chamber in radiation. It appears there is also something inside the obelisk. Cool. I think, see, because we were checking the surroundings, we avoided the majority of the, well, damage, I think. So that's good to know. See, I wasn't expecting this. This is not the gameplay I was expecting. Oh god, this is showing that I'm not doing as much research on games as I used to. I like the surprises though. I thought this was gonna... I don't know why I keep thinking this, but I thought it was gonna be kind of like Diablo. Why do I think everything's like Diablo right now? Oh, there's nothing in that room. Okay. Right, so what's this? I see 3 Necrons in there. Necrons. Resite did encounter them after all. No wonder he didn't make it off this planet. Every datum we have says they are as deadly as they are inhuman. The cohort encounters resistance in the form of Xenos constructs, not flesh and blood creatures, but artificial bodies that move with precision and coordination. Yep, made from necrodermis. Yep. Alright, so our options are Crusade, but basically just attack them. Aggressive stance of the tech priest ensures they will not be outmaneuvered, but risks the running headlong into fire of the enemy. Which is not a good thing when it comes to Necrons. Because their weaponry allows them to just like dematerialize whatever they shoot easily. They're really, really aggressively powerful. Exercise extreme caution, do not charge in too heedlessly, lest the trick of the aliens be our downfall. Let's go for consistency. Combat will be joined according to the long-established tenets of the Adeptus Mechanicus, for good or ill. See, this is where I have an issue with not knowing much about the Mechanicus. I don't know what their traditional combat methods are. Alright, Drum Mum, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day. Just hanging out while you're working. Awesome, hope your work's going well today. Alright, let's see how this combat goes. Xenos form detected. Confirmed. Raritas cogitators now function for synthetic forms. Overwhelming. Oh, it's this emotion. Finally, we can study this standard construct. Necron warrior. Weak spots detected plus none equals concerning. It's just a warrior, buddy. It's not that big of a deal. And judging by the weapon, it's like what? What generation is that? It's like what, sixth generation? It's 6th edition Necron. I guess this game didn't come out during the 9th edition. Which is kind of curious, because that means there are certain units we might not encounter. I wonder about the symbols emblazoned on the torsos. It must. Do not underestimate. Ghost weaponry, highly volatile. This is true. I've heard that brothers and sisters of the Mechanicus have lost their lives trying to solve the mysteries of these Xenos weapons. Approach with caution. It is also double checking coordinators. Widely known that they will plus self-repair, plus reanimate, or plus reconstruct themselves if left the time to do so. Wounds that would instantly kill as Skitarii are the equivalent of a Class C grades to Necrons. General Grievous. Alright, let's see how this goes. At the start of every fight, you must decide the location of your units on the field of battle. So XCOM. You can only place units on the highlighted squares. Press X square to place a unit. I wasn't expecting top down to this extent. I was expecting isometric, but okay. Alright, so we got Obelisk there. Alright, so this is very tutorial-esque. Put someone there. Alright, so what's the weaponry options? Alright, so you just got a gun, and he's got a gun and a sword, right? Just stick them there. Start. Oh crap. I'd like to have known if they were taking the I probably should have looked up and seen that, shouldn't have. Ah, crap. I didn't know they were going first. move a unit, select a destination within the blue outline. Surround your unit, then press X. Then you can confirm the movement. To decline the movement, simply press circle. Okay. Go, Jesus. You just move your tech priest to a source of cognition points. CP represents valuable information the tech priests are harvesting. There are several ways to collect CP. The fastest way is moving your tech priest close to the source of CP. There are many other ways to collect CP, so look around to find out what they are. Cognition points are stored at the bottom of the screen in the CP gauge. CP are a shared team resource. It's up on ahead. Oh, so how do I shoot this guy? You select a weapon that is not in range of any target. Look for the weapon icon to appear on your desired target, or check the range of the weapon. Ah, that's unfortunate. I'm going to leave his ass there. Right, move him there. You get enough cognition points to be able to use a CP powered weapon. Some weapons like the Phosphorus Serpenta require CP to use. Look to the right hand side of each action to learn the CP cost of each action. Ah, right, I see that. Okay. This is your servant skill. The skill of a faithful servant of the Omnissiah, augmented by a useful companion. Every tech priest has their own servo skill. God damn it. It's just reiterating the same shit over and over again. Oh, you can collect CP. Oh, you can use CP for this. Wow. Wow, this is super handy. It would have been a lot faster if it just came up with a text box instead of just this crap. Alright, use it. Am I in range? I'm in range of this son of a bitch. Go. Yes! You've revealed the stats of the enemy. Knowing your enemy's stats will greatly increase your chance of success. Server skills reveal HP, physical armor, and energy armor statistics. You then decide what weapon types, physical or energy work best against this target. There's a lot of text in this game, isn't there? I'm gonna take a drink. It's warm in here. At least once the tutorial's done, we won't be dealing with this. Killing Necrons isn't simple. Necrons are made of a self-repairing metal, necrodermis, that is able to knit together dismembered limbs and gaping wounds. We call this the reanimation protocol. When a Necron is in their reanimation protocol, they're unable to attack but will return to fighting conditions soon. Dealing any amount of damage to a Necron in this protocol state will destroy them indefinitely. Kill. Alright, can I hit him? I think I can. You're just about to move using cognition movement. This happens when you move within the orange movement line. Confirming this movement will use CP, allowing your tech priest to move faster. Okay. Can't use ranged weapons when you're too close, right? I see why disabling tutorial is an option. What? Wait. Wait, we don't know how much damage it did? That's strange. Alright, several skills, especially weapon, and all skills reveal the life of an enemy. That's strange. Obviously it wasn't lethal though. You'll be able to call in other members of the cohort as the battle goes on. This will happen at the start of every round. You'll need cognition points to deploy troops. Okay. So let's shove one there. And I don't have enough cognition points, right? Start. When an enemy moves out of melee range, providing your unit has a melee weapon, the enemy will trigger an opportunity attack. So basically Overwatch. Opportunity attack gives your unit a free melee attack in an enemy. Each unit can only perform one opportunity attack per round. Cool. Do we need the servitors? All Xenos life forms purged. Yeah, I kinda figured. Your cohort's HP amount carries over from each fight within a mission. Keep this in mind when exploring a tomb and look out for opportunities to repair. Righty. Right, so nothing in that room. Yeah, I know I said earlier that I thought this was going to be like Diablo, but I generally thought it was going to be like an isometric thing where I moved my cat like a, you know, kind of like a dungeon crawler, just going to like a Necron tomb world and gathering like new equipment from my character to make him like really OP and get like a bunch of servitors assisting him. We kind of got that, but at the same time, not really. I remember I used to research games like before I bought them. Used to watch the reviews and all that shit, but part of me's just like, oh, has it got a reasonable rating? I'll check it out myself. Maybe it's because I've got disposable income. Back when I didn't have disposable income, I had to be really picky. Hypothesis formulation: sarcophagi, coffins, burial places. Structural purpose designation: tomb. In the chambers ahead are several groups of structures like upright coffins of an unknown material. Make sure you destroy any structure that looks suspicious. It's worth pausing in your advance to do harm to the Xenos abominations. See, I don't know what that is. It just looks like general scenery. Do not tarry to observe the works of the aliens. Press on and avoid any distractions. Yeah, actually, this might not be a bad idea. Investigation might help us out in the long run. Oh crap. Oh, we actually got some good stuff. The cohort examines the sarcophagi and note that each indeed contains a Necron war form within its heavily armoured exterior. They're drawing power from somewhere. Did I just cause a group of them to shop in the next room? Maybe. After exploring the chamber for several minutes, a tile underfoot clicks. The sound of worn energy builds up around your troops. A quick omnispec scan reveals your surroundings on all sides by Xenos life forms. Right, so we know what we're doing. Well, maybe. Okay, let's start this off. I don't like this perspective at the start, I really don't. Right, so starting off, get them into cover, because we know the game's going to be harsh. as we've experienced. Actually, yeah. Put him there. Put him there. Can I get a servitor? Yes, I can. Servitor there. Put a servitor there. And then start. In Mechanicus, there are two types of units to control. Tech priests, the two units you've already commanded, or troops, such as the one which you've just deployed onto the battlefield. Troops are your servants and cannon fodder. They don't have access to as many weapons and skills as tech priests. However, they are useful and should not be overlooked. Alright, let's advance. Can I hit from here? No. Jesus! When servitors are hit in combat, tech priests take an interest, quickly noting down damage angles, projectile speeds, and other useful combat information to be used later against their enemies. This is represented by gaining a cognition point. Servitors are very useful units in all your missions. Oh, Jesus. I see what I mean by cannon fodder. The main benefit of them seems to be getting their asses completely kicked. Can I hit? Why can I? Is that like a close combat weapon? It is. Fuck me. I don't think I can undo the action, can I? No. Oh well. It's too far away. I might regret this, but let's go. Just get 2 health left. Right, move up. Ah, they've got armor, right. Okay. I'm gonna shoot them from there. Cool. And then I'm gonna melee this one. If I can. No, I can't. Okay. Oh shit. What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge. Gather, must obtain, required. Scabs detected. More important than soul status surfacing. No life forms detected. The area surface, continue forward. Veritas, verify your cognitators. Then tell me what surface from Magus Resix cogitators. Scarabs of unknown Xenos race. Biology, synthetic, possible artificial intelligence. One specimen's guard, AI theory equals false. Personal recalling. Recent studies showed that there are many variants of Scarab, each with their own roles within the Xenos economy and architecture. Able to build and deconstruct anything they encounter. They're able to repair any other units within the species with lightning speed. Be warned, they are deadly in large swarms. It appears the machine spirit is with us. We've been able to access some more of Resac's data that we thought was corrupt. It must be due to us recording these Xenos forms that the machine spirit has blessed us with access to these cogitator records. It's unsure why he would lock this under synthetic Procente inscription. Alright, this is a problem. Alright, I've got them in a good place now. Shit. Yes! How did you not kill that? What the fuck? Ah, well done, Servitor, well done. And bye-bye, Necron. Necron you just attacked is teleported away to somewhere far beyond our reach. In practical terms, this means you have killed the target, which is completely incorrect. Because when Necrons teleport, they get teleported away to repair. They're only destroyed if they disintegrate, which that one did not. Yeah, we're gonna go in for this first and then in for an attack. Oh, we still can't do that, wonderful. Oh, we can't bloody reach them. Oh well. That tech priest has seen better days. Oh, you cheating son of a bitch. Alright, can I use like this to reveal stats? Yeah. All weapons have sacred machine spirits within them. The more you use a weapon, the more charged it becomes. When a machine spirit is charged, you'll gain a buff to the attack of that weapon. Each weapon's machine spirit will charge at a different rate. This is shown underneath the weapon's icon. When you select the weapon, you'll see the buffs of the machine spirit within the tooltip. Holy shit. Now let's beat the fuck out of him. What? Yeah, I'm sending him in as a distraction. Oh my god! Oh, that Necron is ridiculous. Oh, thank God. I'm gonna need to watch out for that armor going forward. All Xenos life forms purged. Final destination. Not the movie. I'm glad I picked normal difficulty now. A symbol represents a location of significant importance to your mission. Entering these rooms brings you closer to the end of the mission. What we're not done? Negative signs of hostile forces. Seeking permission to proceed with data collection protocols. Confirmed. Permission authorized. Acknowledge majors. Protocol begins. What's primary focus, sire? Knowledge of Necron forces, numbers, defences, locations, any form of data on how many remain on this rock. Secondary. Source the purpose of this tomb. Why was it built? Who doesn't know why? I guess it would make sense. The Imperium wouldn't know why the tombs are there. Okay. Like, that's basic Necron knowledge, but I suppose that, yeah, the Imperium probably wouldn't know why. Unless Eldari told them, which they probably wouldn't do. Interface devices all but eroded. There's one device that may hold answers, but Necron data looms are incomprehensible to Imperium architects. This might take a while. Idea. Majors, if I may take host of this priest, I could be of assistance. Approved. Neospheric interfacing complete. Hard to decipher purpose. List of suggestions, majors. Plus deconstruct device. Plus activate switch mechanisms. Plus learn Necron language. Return later. What will it be, sire? Always so meticulous with your list tick Acquisitor. Engage on Xenos mechanisms, although I detest to do so. The promises of the rewards are too great to ignore. Having to lower ourselves to the Xenos learnings may be the only way to reach the architect we seek. Protocol updated. Confusion. Nospheric interface. Disconnect at once. Purged. Reset. Nospheric disconnect complete. Possible scrap code. We're fragment now. Fragmenting. Sorry, we have unfavorable issues. We have unfavorable issue to deal with. Requesting Dominus input. Fragmenting. Explain. Aztec Acquisitor. Scaveler left, suddenly my cognitators glitched. Augmentations entered sporadic reaction protocols and have fried vital sign regitators. Unclear full damage report. Necron device is now activated. Sire. Fragmenting. 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 Frag. Move yourself from the noosphere. Scaveler. Writer's report. The tomb is waking, sire. Which is a really bad thing. Oh, they made a mistake. Props from the Skitarii cohorts across the planet. Not the Tremors, Vex or locals. We've lost contact with the Skitarii that were covering the entrance to this tomb. We can hear noises of approaching forces. Improve protection protocols, load weapons and ready for what is to come. We must face the Xenos. Oh.
With the turning of aeons, stars yet to burn, life yet to blossom. Is it truly time?
Oh, wonderful. Dawn of Mars. What was that? It sounded like the English language to me. completely unexpected. I thought there was no voice parts in this. An omnilinguist transmission Magus. It seems that these mute constructs are not the only inhabitants of this structure.
What is this? Flesh and steel combined. A mockery of both. Their every footstep a blasphemy. What manner of galaxy is this into which I have awoken?
Principal Xenos Warform sighted. Exotic energy signatures past sensor range. Designate Xenos Abominatus. High value target confirmed. The hunt is on. What are your orders, Majors? The cohort reaches a large chamber beneath the first layer of the Xenos ruins. Bridges stretch from balancing platforms, barely holding themselves together. While rubble falls from the high walkways like breadcrumbs, seeping into the abyss below. Yeah, I'd say get the fuck out of there. Yeah, I can see where this is going. Contain the Xenos and return it to Castis. Alright. Actually, maybe this might not be a bad idea. Because we can actually get something to bring back with us. Yeah, let's do that. Let's capture and get the hell out. This is probably a bad mistake, but if you insist, Majors, we'll do our best. But I fear you may be overstating our combat capability.
Insects. This galaxy is infested with vermin.
See, I should probably mention the Necrons are from millions of years before humanity. So to them, every species, besides like the Eldari, are just nothing. Nothing of significance anyway. Green light flickers into life from within the shadows. The cohort prepares for the worst. The skeletal silhouettes start to form in front of the shadows. I think we'll have this. See as long as it's just Necron Warriors, I think we'll be able to manage. It's the final battle of the tutorial. Apply what you have learned so far and strive to obtain victory. The 41st millennium was a brutal place. You may lose this battle, but not the war. In Mechanicus, there are many alternate paths to discover. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we don't have any knowledge on these right now. Judging by the way he's built, this was a time when Necron Lords were a thing. Well, they still are a thing, it's just you can't really buy them. So like a lot of these units' designs now like were from the editions before the current one, because the Necron's got an update recently. You know, to look all snazzy and new. This is the iterations before that. So this game's a lot older than I thought it was. Or maybe it's just been... It's probably just been in development for that long. Alright, so... Yeah, I'm going to place some servitors down. Actually, may as well place all the servitors. Alright, so there's 3... That's 3 Necrons. 3 Necron Warriors. You can probably just avoid that Void Admiral for a while. But the primary objective here is take out the Warriors and then go and focus on the Admiral. We may actually have a chance. I move up. Move down there.
I sailed the void for 1,000 years. I fought the war in heaven. What can you do to strike fear in one such as I?
Let's see what he's got. Oh shit. Oh crap. I thought he was just gonna stay still. $40 health? Oh my god, okay. Yeah, he is not to be fucked with. Move him over there. I have no target currently. Alright, so these Necrons are particularly powerful. And just fall back to down here. Gonna just have to run and gun at this point, because that guy's got too much health on him. Damn, I was kind of hoping we'd be able to run up there, but we can't.
Dare these wretched things stand before the void admiral of Cesaragon?
Wait, what? Apparently... Apparently the clothing is overloaded. Alright, Che, how's it going? Ah, it's fixed. That was just a temporary glitch. Oof. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Just enjoying a bit of Warhammer. Alright, let's send them down now. That's that guy dealt with. Stick him there. I don't think we're going to win this. No, we're absolutely not going to win this, fuck. Yeah, this is not a good situation. Alright, G, how's it going? It's probably perspective. I'm not doing too bad. It looked like the stream was a bit crashed for a second there. I'm guessing there was like internet issues intermittently, but now we're stabilised now. Can I shoot something from... I can shoot him. Can I shoot him? 4 damage. Alright. If we get lucky, maybe I can sneak a victory here.
When my fleet sails once more, vermin like you shall be strung from my prow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was gonna happen. Okay, so we're 1 neck run down. 3 to go, and we've got 2 units left. If I move over here, can I get a better angle? No. He's not lying either. The Necrons did straight up just take out the ones that gave them the metal bodies. Does he have 5 shield? Oh crap. Oh my god, 7 damage, shit. Ah, oh well. It's kind of inevitable there. At least it's just a tutorial. Report Ketra. You saw it, Majors. The tomb contained a Necron war form of a capacity beyond our expectations. We lost the whole squad. True. However, 1 battle lost is not a war lost. We'll face many losses in this mission, but no matter the cost, we will succeed. And there was something else. The reanimation. The Necrons are waking up. It started when Resic stumbled on the tomb, but our arrival is accelerating the process. The obelisk may have been a form of intruder alarm, and now the sarcophagi in the tomb are starting to open. Then we no longer enjoy the luxury of time. Whatever we do on Silva Tenebris, it must be done before the Necrons awake completely. We don't even know yet how far the tomb complex extends. Basically the full planet. We are under the gun then. Omnissiah preserve us if our duty is ever easy. They've got a hard campaign across them because this is oof. I returned sorrow and despair from my emotional cores, but I see they lack the logic to determine decision making. Instead I choose to quarantine them and adjust our approach. The word of the Omnissiah teaches us that when one method fails, another must be sought, until all are exhausted. Then what are your orders, Majors? The Skitarii will explore the tomb chamber by chamber and maintain a foothold. My tech priests will be deployed to achieve crucial objectives, respond to crises. Time may be a factor, but our mission can only be achieved with the thoroughness of a full deployment. I shall mobilise the Skitarii immediately, Majors. Opportunity detected. Leader forms of Necrons rarely, never observed. Potential of +++ intelligence on Necrons added to some total of human knowledge. Imperative. Focus on acquiring artifacts, intelligence, data from. Hold your blasphemous tongue, Scaevola. You counsel the abandonment of our very souls. Life of Archmagus Borasis. Appendix 9. Our only objective should be death to the alien in all his works. All else is deviance from the Omnissiah Creed. If intelligence gain equals true, then go to victory. Aphorism retrieval. To face an enemy unknown is to fight in the dark. Better in ignorance than in heresy. I return frustration at your conflict and choose to experience it. There will be bloodshed enough on Silva Tenebris without the Magi coming to blows. In our purpose we are united. This is the will of the Omnissiah. And it shall be done. Yes. It shall be done. Interesting start to the game though. Oh, what is this? Oh shit. What the fuck? Why am I getting coding overload? This has not happened with any other game. Majors, the reading from the tomb are troubling. The Skitarii have been monitoring the structure we uncovered, and what they have found gives me great concern. Apologies for the stuttering, it'll probably calm down in a minute. I don't know why it's doing this. Explain xenobiologist. The Econ construct forms are waking up. It seems Major's Raysac accidentally began the process, and our intrusion into the structure hastened it. These Necron reanimation protocols are continuing until we entered, and from the energy spikes across the region, there are other structures yet to be uncovered. My plan for the exploration of Silva Tenebris will locate these structures and contain the constructs within. That may not be enough, Majors. I detect a repeating pattern in the reanimation protocols, and the rate that the Necrons are awakening, they are speeding up. Can you be certain? The Necrons are machines. Machines act according to patterns and programs. If the reanimation protocols continue to accelerate, they will fully awaken every Necron on this planet in 264 hours. Given the extent of the buried structures, that will constitute a Necron army beyond this mission's ability to contain. I see. Then our time here is limited. Strategic calculations indicate time spent deployed on mission will affect the overall number of missions we'll be able to deploy. Ah, so we're getting Necron, not Necron, XCOM in here. I'll send Skitarii scouting parties to discover other tombs and create forward parties for your high priority missions, sire. If the threat in Silva Tenebris is not assessed and eliminated before full reanimation is reached, we'll be forced to abandon the planet. Ah yeah, it's just like XCOM, it's even got like the percentage thing at the top. Look at top left corner, yep, got it. I feel they are right. feel fear too. This is part of my humanity I've chosen to retain, but I can quarantine it in my neurovaults and choose instead to focus on what must be done. We must choose our missions wisely. It will not be easy. The Omnicide did not send us here to do anything else. Easy. The threat to humanity present on this world will be eliminated, or we shall not leave. Thus the equation of balanced is a world machine god. Alright, so what is this? This tomb is bathed in a sickly green light that serves not to illuminate. There's so much reading in this, but only to make the shadows deeper. Every surface seems connected via filaments of alien light. Design here speaks of how good the encoding issue went away. Is this game just like unoptimized? Is that what's causing that problem? Because no game so far has caused that. It's strange. Right. Early exploratory readings indicate the walls are made of substances not known to the rituals of metallurgy. Abstract design carved into this substance suggests unknown regions of space mapped, according to some alien understanding. The weight of such blasphemy slows the steps of the first troops to enter here. The heresies of knowledge are deadly enough, but it seems unlikely they are the only dangers here. What is this? Welcome to the Castus Metallicon, an Arc Mechanicus class battleship. The class of ship is one of the largest in the Imperium. It's only afforded to Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah, because they probably built it. From here you'll be able to customise your tech priests. Oh nice. It makes me wish I'd saved the ones that were in the mission before. And prepare for the missions ahead. You select missions from the character portraits on the left of the screen. Before we go on a mission, we should inspect and equip our tech priests. Head over to the cohort tab. I do like this. It does remind me very much of XCOM this, but without the base building. Welcome to the cohort quarters. Here you can see all the available tech priests and troop units currently unlocked. Troop units are shown at the top of the screen. Here you can see what skills each troop has available and all statistics for each unit. Tech priests are shown in the bottom 6 slots. Highlight tech priests and press X to begin customization. Cool. Welcome to the tech priest customization screen. There are many ways to customize a tech priest. You can change weapons, body augments, body backpack upgrades and more. I like hands-on tutorials. I'm not gonna lie, I do like hands-on tutorials, but see when they go over like the basics to this extent, it's quite, you know. But you can't skip it because it feels like you might like miss something obvious, especially in a strategy game. Oh wow, I can upgrade my tech priest. I never figured. Head to disciplines. Yeah, disciplines button near the tech priest portrait. Right. Okay. Wow, I'm shocked. It's a discipline screen. From here, you can upgrade your tech priest using Blackstone. Each discipline is focused on a different playstyle. Select one of the skills from one of the 6 discipline skill trees now. 6. That's quite... I was wondering, I thought I was going to go further down, but no. Alright, so what is this? The secret of Xenorites seek to understand and even use dangerous alien technology. Here's is a discipline that can reap the greatest rewards and the foulest corruption. I'm not going to lie, that does seem tempting. Even if the upgrades are really lackluster. I'm guessing the engineer is like the healing character. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because aim is statistics for melee range. Right, so that's a melee focused character. So that's melee focused, that's ranged, that's healing. And this is all about cognition. Yeah. And it looks like these are buffer. Cool. Right, what is this? And do you know what? I think I'll go with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. In order to upgrade, you must have enough Blackstone. When you rank up, you'll gain augment slots, skills, and body parts. Have a diverse team as advised, with the choices all yours. Tech priests can be multidisciplined, meaning they can learn skills from more than one discipline. You have enough augment capacity to equip this tech moon with a weapon. Oh, I kinda want him to have a weapon. You can see the capacity amount for items within its tooltip. Right, so take up augment capacity. To gain more augment slots, upgrade your tech boost. Right. So these are the ones I have on hand. What should I give him though? Yeah, we'll give him these, and we'll give the other ones to the other guy. Give him that, and... oh, I can't have that. It's already in use. Oh, he doesn't have enough augment slots, right, okay. Doesn't even have enough for that one, okay. So that must be a really good weapon. Since he's got that, I'm going to give him an upgrade. Wait, that's a melee weapon? Really? Okay. That was unexpected. Give him that. No, don't take that off, Jesus. It's a wee bit clunky, this menu. Can I please just exit out of the menu, please? Ah, there we go. It feels like it's trying to be XCOM, but it's not quite. Oh god, damn it! We've got no. Do you know what it is? It'll be that hologram on the screen that's doing it. It looks like that fixed it. Right. Take Acquisitor Scaveler wishes to begin her? I thought that was a guy this whole time. I guess it's really hard to tell. And as for specimens enemy to be gathered from the tomb of Acropus. Right, so we get a claw, art rifle. What do they give? Melee attack, chance to miss you with its attacks for 1 turn. We're gonna go with this one. You choose which tech priests and troops to take on a mission. Highlight and press X to add a unit in the Arvis Lighter transport. Press Y to remove a unit. Right, okay. Oh, so I can just like have as many of them as I want? Alright. Alright, so what is this? Oops. And begin. Yeah, it's trying to be XCOM really hard, but it's a wee bit more bare bones than that. Though I probably shouldn't be judging it at this point. It's still just after the tutorial. Still too early. That's what I'm seeing from it. Maybe if I had like some sort of base building mechanics, I'd be growing on it a lot more. Take Acquisitor. Take Acquisitor Scaveler. Ask you on this mission because of your experience with surveying alien artifacts and organisms. And so the heretics of Stygius 8 can plunder this world for its secrets. Your assertion equals false. If objection concerns offence, GTO, different mission, and leave you free to do as you will. A derelict of logic. Scaevola Macarians at 16.1. Watch your brother for his sin of heresy as thy sin of tolerance. He looks very much like someone from the Ecclesiarchy, which you wouldn't necessarily find among the Mechanicus because, you know, they've got their own god. Silver Tenebris, evaluation commences. Plus wonders, plus opportunities, plus secrets. Rare chance for discovery. Intelligence of Xenos. Must not fail to exploit. The logic of your enthusiasm eludes me, Tech Acquisitor. My emotional cause return only peril to our mission personnel and the threat of the awakening Xenos. Therefore, I am on this mission. My role equals gather intelligence, seek truth, return to human comprehension, dictates of Mars retrieval, gather knowledge for the good of all. And how are you going to do that, Scaevola? Field operations in person equals suboptimal. Send tech priests instead equals optimal. First objective, gather field specimens for study. Location, Tomb of Acropus. Commence immediately. Right, let's see how this one goes. Hopefully I don't just get my team killed immediately at the end this time. Given the reports from the Tomb of Acropus, there should be plenty of samples in there for you to collect majors. Of course, but first you have to kill them. High talents equal dissection after the fact. I'll leave the location, identification, and execution to your tech priest majors. I trust this will be worth the effort, Scaevola. They are no mere labour servitors we are risking in these tombs. These are men and women, fellow devotees of the cult Mechanicus. Agreed, Mag. Ag? Valid point raised. Ensure human corpses are returned as well. What? Plus opportunity to study the effect of Necron technology on human flesh. Well, someone's got an optimistic view of this. Self-preservation versus curiosity. Conflict unresolved. Desirous of knowing what purpose chamber serves. Alright, so what is this? The chamber ahead is lined with glowing green cylinders, each pulsing with power. The air is thick and greasy, and arcs of static electricity leap from the cohort's extremities as they approach. This chamber is almost certainly extremely dangerous, but it's the only way forward. I feel like shutting it down would just cause a countermeasure to kick off. None Necrons. Yeah, slow and steady. Oh, feck. Wonderful. I just made them stronger. Wow, well done me. The cohort succeeds in negotiating the chamber without harm, but doing so takes rather longer than mission parameters allow. Shortly after exiting the chamber, they begin to exhibit severe rashes, shivers, whooping sores, and unnatural exturations, which hinder their combat effectiveness. And here I was thinking slow and steady would be the right thing to do. Oh crap. Necrons are weakening in response to their presence within the tomb. To travel through each tomb, defense systems will start activating. Oh shit, so you need to be fast or it gets harder, right? This increased difficulty of the mission. The longer you spend in a tomb, the harder the mission becomes. So basically, have to speedrun. Exploring the depths of the tomb isn't without reward. There are unknown amounts of lost knowledge to be found for those willing to dig deeper. Speculation. Tombs possess autonomous repair, defense, maintenance capabilities. For the study equals yes. Have some collected for me. Faustianus. What the hell is a quiet plus? The chamber ahead has suffered damage from the shifting of the landscape above. Several dozen tiny beetle-shaped constructs are scurrying about industriously as they repair the damage. Attempt to collect several of the scarabs and how they act as a group that the greatest insights will be found. Yeah, screw it. A quiet plus, let's go with that. Conclusion commences. Scarabs are not individual constructs, but resource of the tomb itself. Whole tomb is form of Necron construct. Commence formulation. Wondrous kaleidoscope of hypotheses. Oh good, I actually got the positive result this time. Alright, so what is this? Did that not do anything? Opportunity detected. Necron combat tactics, weaponry, capabilities eliminated, study required. Oh shit. This chamber shows signs of having been the scene of a brutal gunfight. Two Skitari lie dead, with marks from gauss blasts all over the walls. Now, so we know what that means. Salvage what gear you can from the dead, after all it's a waste to leave behind. Ah, fuck it, let's be nice. This is what being nice does to you. Oh god, okay. Yeah, I was trying to be civil. I was going to take their equipment, but I'm like, might as well give them last rites. Alright, battle time. Okay, so we're gonna put him there. I'm gonna put him. No, we're gonna put him there actually. Yeah, put him there. Servitor. Do we even need a servitor? I don't think we do. No. What is that? I don't know. We'll take a couple of servitors just in the off chance we need them. Start. Start. There we go. Right, so what is that? So we need to scan that. It's kind of like an old dungeon crawler. Definitely got the Necron aesthetic. Yeah, it's definitely a dungeon crawler. Along with just strategy. Right, let's send him over there. Nice Blackstone, nice. Right, so can we shoot from here? Okay. Let me take a look at this one. Need an RTS game to play. Yeah, I've not played an RTS game in a while. This is probably the first one I've played in since like Civilization. Alright, where are we gonna put him? Put him there. Apparently the only thing we can shoot is this console. See, I'm starting to think that there's no cover in this game. Though we are fighting Necron, so I suppose it does make a bit of sense. It just feels wrong for there to not be, you know, cover mechanics in a game like this. Yeah, they definitely don't take cover rolls. Oh, great! We were just waiting. Right, move your ass up there, and bash to the face. Oh my god, they're releasing scarabs. And another war. Oh god damn it. Okay, this is bad. Oh, this dungeon better end soon. Or we're screwed. How much health does that Necron warrior have? Oh no. Oh, this is a problem. One damage? Oh my god. We are so screwed. Alright, shoot then. I can't hit him in the face. God damn. Alright, bye bye, Tech Priest. Yeah, we are super dead. I mean, I like to see it as a Necron player, but this is so bullshit. Yep, super dead. And mission failed. Fucking hell. Yeah, I don't care. Fuck off. What now? Great, so we found 100 Blackstone and I lost 200 Blackstone. Great. Oh good, we've got more Magi again. Alright, so yeah, so melee attack, melee attack, melee attack. Why? Why have we not got any ranged weaponry besides a freaking pistol? We're fighting Necrons. Necrons. This is so dumb. I can choose the call scheme. Interesting. So at least it doesn't make them permanently lost when they die. Alright, let's evaluate the missions. Because we've got all the equipment we need right now. Well, no, we don't have all the equipment we need. We have all the equipment the game is going to let us have at this point in time. Fleet, oh my god. Why is it being harsh? Is this game not balanced? Or am I just this bad? Am I actually this bad? I think I might be. Melee attack. I don't want a melee attack. This is not a melee army. Unless you're giving it to servitors. As a bloody destroyer. I basically have to take this mission because it says easy, but there's a Necron flayed one and a destroyer. Fuck that. And go. I'm always can't be arsed reading the text, because it's like, oh, we know we need to go get this, and Necrons are like, I'll do it anyway. I called you here, Lector Dogmatus Vidix, because your knowledge of spiritual matters and the cult Mechanicus will be crucial in dealing with any moral threats on Silver Tenebris. I have 543,021 works of scripture stored for rapid context topical retrieval. There is no obstacle beyond my capacity to counsel you on. Unnecessary use of cogitator power, waste of resources Vidix, insufficient use, GTO augmented Hermetic Bay for improvements. The Xenos tomb is revealed to us as a great hungry maw. They seeks to consume our very purity. Blasphemy reeks from every corner of the tomb of Agralic. Most poetic, like the Dogmatus. Your thoughts now to proceed? I shall take my cues from the writing of Archmagus Veneratus Hereticus. Let the stench of corruption be swept aside by the sweet winds of faith. One of my censor servitors will cleanse the spiritual corruption with blessed incense. Then deploy one immediately. My thoughts exactly, Magus. With your assistance, the omniscience work shall be done. And hopefully this will be an easier mission. What I'll go for that last mission is we should probably deploy all the servitors immediately. The sensor servitor is deployed at the tomb entrance, Magus. I'm ready to send it on its way. Halt, Subdomina. The sensor servitor is a delicate piece of machinery. It is ill suited to hostile territory. Avaloronian 5.91. Fragile indeed are the tools of the righteous. It must be escorted in on its sacred duty. Why am I not able to talk? Don't be ridiculous. Every step we take in the tomb risks the lives of our personnel. If the spiritual integrity of the mission truly is at stake, Subdomina Kepra is worth the risk. And I assure you it most definitely is. I've already sent a team ahead. If I saw your emotional connection to your troops, Kepra, if you're ever to be a Dominus, I must show you how to command. My gratitude, Magus. The Xenos corruption will destroy us as surely as the guns of the enemy. There, that shows how much I've been paying attention to religion of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I thought they were more grounded than the Ministratum, but they seem to be just as zealotous. Especially this guy. This guy just screams Space Pope. Very well. His will be done. Menials shall be ritually chastised for this maintenance failure. It's imperative to get the servitor functioning again. Quickly, Neo-Dogmatics 7190. If his will be done, let it be done quickly. A sensor servitor stops moving and starts belching pungent smoke. The runes of attention are blinking on its chassis, indicating several key system requires maintenance. Yeah, primary maintenance. Well, shit. May just shut this down before the enemy are attracted to the din, but take care not to damage the machine. The servitor begins emitting a loud blaring noise. Perhaps a form of tampering or damage alarm that has been accidentally tripped. Noise accompanied by flashing lights and random bursts of extremely pungent incense. Scrutinize. Shit. Yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna ignore what he says. I don't care what he has to say. The chamber's walls are covered in elaborate star charts, covered in extensive annotations in the Necron language, suggesting they've record journeys among the stars. That they definitely do. Take a picture. Quite unexpectedly, a previously unused Voxcaster unit pops out of the servitor's face panel. A synthesized voice attempts to engage the cohort in philosophical discussion. Don't engage in philosophical discussion with a robot. Examine. Oh, we got a Sanctus caster. Unit gains +2 damage, +3 movement, +2. That's actually not bad. Oh god. The noisome miasma of fumes from the Xenos machinery in the area is masking the servitor's sacred incense. Do not scare away the corruption with flames. Hurry through. Shit. Alright, please be nice game, please. Alright, so I'm basically going to have to operate as in, like, there's no cover mechanic in this game. But there is line of sight. So I'm going to have to operate based on line of sight and not cover mechanics. I'm going to have to unlearn everything I learned for XCOM. Which is not going to be easy. I'm going to send them down there. Because you know for a fact Necrons are going to pop out of there. And we're going to jump them the moment they come out. Same with this one. Gotta take preemptive steps. It's funny how I turn off all the like special effects like anti-aliens. Can't even say it. It's funny how I turn off like anti-aliasing and blooming and the like, and suddenly the game's running a lot better. It's funny that, isn't it? The weapons we've got are terrible. Like, holy shit, they're so bad. It takes way too much damage to take one of these guys down. Maybe I'm just not hurrying through the tomb quickly enough. Oh, I didn't even realise that moved. There we go. The countermeasure's in place. get him up there. This game is harsh. I'm only at the start of the game and I'm struggling. Come on, 3 damage, come on. Yes! Oh, nice. Oh, that Necron Warrior's screwed. This might be where things turn around. Finally. Oh crap. Okay. So obviously... Yep. I just run up and hit him in the face. And that's the mission done. A senseless servitor reaches a location where the air currents through the tomb will take its secret exudations to every corner of the tomb. The court guards it until its incense is fully deployed. You can escort it back to the tomb entrance. Are you freaking kidding me? That was what that mission was for. Just deploy an incense machine to spread incense throughout the tomb. Really? Really? That was so pointless. Incenser Servitor has been delivered to the depths of the tomb, Lictor Dominatus. The sacred incense now permeates all areas of the structure. I wonder if this will give us like a boost. Like our guys will smell the incense and get like a morale boost or something. A positive outcome, Magus. It's right and proper that you see, as I do, the dangers posed by the corruptive influence of the Xenos. It remains to be seen if the tomb is rendered less dangerous for our troops. At the very least, the place is less marauders. I trust you will continue to consider the alien with the hatred and disdain they deserve, Magus. As we explore this world, remember the words of Binary Herrick Gethsimmer. The weakened mind will seek to understand the Xenos. The stronger mind will destroy them and bless our ignorance. Wouldn't that be the other way around? Like, isn't it really stupid to destroy something you don't understand? Okay. That's an interesting perspective. Oh, nice. We can now equip some support items. Unit gains +2 damage, +3 meters to movement, 10% chance until its next base attack. What discipline have I got in this guy? Ah, he's the one to do with the weapons, right? And do you know what? I think I want to plug him. Give him. I give him that. We need to get like a proper gun into play. Yeah, so I've got him more melee focused. Oh, unlock a unique body part specific to this discipline. Add 20% crit chance. Fuck yes. Oh, but that increases the energy armor. I like the crit chance, so 20% crit chance is nothing to snuff at. Yeah, I'll take the crit chance. Oh, yes. Unit gains +2 damage, +3 meter movement. I don't have enough augment slots. Can he take any of these? No, he can't. Maybe they need to get upgraded further. Let's give him some energy armor. Now we're going into this next mission with a bit of an edge. Do a wee quick save game. Alright, so we've still got this mission. Cognition gauge max size increased by 1. Energy enhancer, all energy attacks gain +1 damage. Right, what's this one? Oh, we get a Skitarii Vanguard if we do this. Oh, that would actually be handy. It's better than a Servitor. Oh, I can't threat. I've not really seen much of them because they're one of the Forge World units. I think they're like fly things. I want to get a Skitarii Vanguard though. I do like this character more, but I feel like that is just going to be a big edge to us. His physical attack would deal 6 damage. Have I just... Holy shit, did I just add a thing where if I do a physical attack on enemies, I'm going to completely just rinse them from existence? Oh, so that's like +9 damage. So yeah, Flayed One comes at us, he's dead. Super dead. I'm very happy with that. And it's going to make Servitors tremendously useful. Alright, let's go. Potential for corruption in the Tomb of Agralic continues to vex me, Magus. See, I don't like this guy. I've not made it a secret, but I don't like the super religious zealot type characters. I've never have. Not saying that I do collect. I know it's weird. I collect Adeptus Sororix characters, and that's basically the full thing. But I find it interesting. But see, when it's a story like or characters really not the main focus, I don't like them. Like this guy, I don't like this guy. But we might do. As soon as the other character has an interesting mission, we'll go do that one. Potential for corruption, yeah, I've already said that. Spreading of the incest was not enough. Of course it wasn't. Why would it be? It was incense. I fear not, Magus. The malevolence in the Necron is overwhelming. Yeah, how dare they? How dare they withstand the incense? The incense is absolute. You ever been in a shop where there's like the incense shops with the bath bombs in it? Their wards are so strong you can't even stand to go near them. That's how powerful incense is. Observation of the Tick, Cosmos verse 68. We are derelict in our duty whenever we allow corruption to plague the minds of... I don't like this guy. Then what do you suggest? Adeptus Mechanicus are amazing, like you said. Over-the-top religious cults. But that's what makes them funny, and they look cool. They really do look cool. I would build some of them if it wasn't majority Skitarii. Because I love what is it? What's his full title? I can't remember his full title. Call? I think Call is like a really cool unit. But he has like the main HQ unit. Just Mechanicus. But I wish we had more units that look like him. And what would that achieve? Lingua Technis. Prayers could be... Prayers! Prayers! That's the solution. You hear this, guys? The solution to beat the Necrons is incense and prayers. Wow! I started collecting Genestealer cults before Mechanicus came out. I also would have gone them instead. Oh, really? Well, gee, if you start collecting again, I'd freaking love to see some Mechanicus. I hear they're one of the least collected armies. Because see, when the Battle Forces came out at Christmas, that is the one Battle Force that's not been touched. Of those ones that came out at Christmas. Which, you know, it just shows it's not that popular. I mean, you have Chaos Gods. Maybe they aren't wrong. I mean, true. I keep forgetting this universe that like the power of like will and the like is an actual thing that affects the warp. So I guess it kinda makes sense. Yeah. Considering emotions did cause the Chaos Gods to become a something that exists. So that's a good point, G. That's a very good point. Lingua Technicus players could be transmitted to the very heart of the Necron's resting place. But I don't think it's going to beat Metal Skeletons, I'm just saying. We go everywhere bathed in the sacred binary of the Omnissiah. Sayings of the Princeps 65.4. When thou desires to discourse purity, use binary. Okay. A novel concept, Lictor Dogmatus. I'm a bit more confident with our characters now that we've got a few upgrades. The Warhammer universe is one where if orcs paint things red, they move faster because they believe it, yeah. I keep forgetting about that. Oh, I love orcs. I love them. Friggin' red makes things go fast. Blue makes them lucky. Or was it purple makes them invisible? Oh, this is so good. And I think it was it yellow. Yellow makes them the guns deadly or something. Yellow makes something. Well, I can't remember. I need to read up in my orcs lore. I've considered your plan, Videx, and a cohort has been deployed to the area. I personally selected the prayers of purification and translated them into broad spectrum binary. Jeez, can you imagine translating something into binary? Was it like eight digits of ones and zeros is one word? One letter? Not even a word, one letter. I'm sure orbs also have a thing where they can turn into knives and forts. Can become bombs because they believe it's so hard or something like that. Yeah, I'd believe. See the moment I found out that orcs can breathe in space, mainly because they don't know anything about oxygen, and they just assume, yeah, we can breathe on a planet, we can breathe in space. They're just ridiculous. I personally selected the prayers of purification and translated them into broad spectrum binary. Once the Vox castles are active, the tomb will ring the Omnissiah's words. That's going to piss off the Necrons so much. I have the Vox castle locations plotted, Majos. I'm still uncertain if this is worth the risk to our people. I can't believe I'm helping this guy, but he's giving good stuff. One in possession of unaugmented emotional centres cannot appreciate the benefit of this operation. Gathel Morian's 45.7. Above bullets, above blades, care for your soul above elves. Yo, see, find that about how fanatical these guys are. They would get on really well with the Minnesloran if they didn't, you know, believe in completely different things. You know, I bet the Adeptus Mechanicus would get on really well with them because they believe that the Emperor is the Omnissiah. At least a percentage of them do. So I think they'd be more than willing to be friendly with the Minnesloran, but the Minnesloran's like, you know, they're absolute heretics. The Emperor is not an Omnissiah, he is the Emperor, the one true God, and all that stuff. Granted, the Minnesloran will kill anyone for any excuse they can think of, even if that excuse doesn't exist. Your concerns are noted, Kepra, but you have your orders. I feel so sorry for Kepra. I'm sending our units in to get killed because I'm effectively getting bribed to do the stupid option. One of the Vox castles being transported by the cohort begins emitting strains of music from an unknown source. The music sounds like it is of human origin. see if this thing is playing like rave music. But it could interfere with the binary transmissions. Transmit a stream of counter data to cancel out the music. Yeah, let's just seek the source. I shall chastise the offender in person. Maximus Metallica 76.12. From such small heresies are great apostasies made. Oh yeah! Necro initiative decreased. The music proves to stem from... I wonder if the Necrons actually like rave music and that's why the initiative went down. Because they're actually getting jazzed listening to the... Right. I don't like to imagine a universe where Necrons enjoy rave music, I really don't. That's a universe I don't want to be a part of. Alright, so we generally want to avoid the green areas from what I've been seeing, because that increases their activity. So let's go there, suckle down, just avoid that because we don't want to get their awareness up too high. We've learned from experience what that does. Oh, we've had this one before, I think. The cohort's communications pick up a transmission played in a binary adjacent Xenos language. They can be interpreted as a distress signal. It is originating from the next chamber and is transmitted only in the very local area. Listen to the transmission from outside the chamber. Yeah, let's observe. Ah, shit. The transmission is a looping distress signal that peters out into static before restarting. It sounds like the final words from a dying ship. The uncertainty of its origin or the reason it is being played in the tomb is far more disconcerting than knowing the truth. I assume that increased awakening because of the noise and because we slowed down and took our time. Necron Tomb is trying to defend itself. Clearly our mission is working. FedEx, that's kind of what Necron Tombs do, you know? You're just being an annoyance and pissing them off. Aphorism 94.13. The enemy rushes to action when administrations cause them fear. Or it's just because they don't like you, you know? That might be a reason. Alright, scarabs. A swarm of tiny scarab-like constructs emerges from apertures in the walls and begins scurrying all over the Voxcaster, chewing through its casing with their steel mandibles. Alright, that is a problem. Not flame! Flame! Yeah, because that's smart. Oh, the enemies are on our equipment. Let's burn the equipment! That's really clever. Okay. Melee weapons, retrieve the Voxcaster before it's destroyed. Protect. Ah, God. Okay. Gathron Battle Servitor armor not thick enough. Castellan's proving equally ineffective. Must find weakness before we are. It appears the Xenoform triggered a fragmented recording from Vreshik. Indeed. It appears we'll have a tough time using heavily armoured forces against this specimen. Maybe we can use our strength against them? How? Why is words Domitus? I need to consider getting one of those at some point. Because you can't buy them like officially. You have to get them out of the Forge world. But I'd rather not be messing about with resin if I can help it. Maybe eventually when I've got nothing to buy. Alright, how are we looking? Okay, so it's primarily these guys. There's no warriors just yet. So currently I'll just put our guys there. And just put him like right there. We're gonna try and nah, actually probably better. Yeah. We'll put them there and we'll have them go down this way. And then I'm gonna deploy some. I thought I had servitors, did I not? I thought I brought servitors. Where are the servitors? Oh shit. I thought I brought them. Oh shit. Did the game forget, or did I forget? I don't even know. I don't think I forgot it. At least I'm pretty sure I didn't. That wasn't bad damage. Now we're gonna send him down here and get him prepped. Because we know there's gonna be warriors coming out of there. How the hell can you not shoot him from there? Oh shit. Oh no. What is this vile mix of flesh and machine? Is this a form of Necron in its infant state? That guy's an idiot. What's Scaevola got to say? Unsurety statement loaded. Unsure of life form progression path. Diagnosing possible outcomes. Signs of degradation. Deformed segmentation. And physiological deformities. Possible solution ++ infant ++ disease. ++ parasitic life form that represents form of ripped flesh. Should I continue? That's enough, Scaevola. I believe we are not the ones to diagnose Necron health, but instead be the executioners. I am mostly concerned for my troops' morale. There have been reports of Skitarii disappearing in these tombs, and I believe I now know why. Skitarii lives less important than Archaeotech STC Fragments mission. How supportive are you, Redditus? We're gonna have to be careful here. Why is that got another turn? Oh, come on! Oh, fuck. Okay. Joe, this mission would be very doable if I had servitors. But they're not freaking here, I don't know why. Well, this is shit. We are super screwed. Yep. Yep. I just want to know where my servitors went. Yep, there we go. Yep. Yeah. Screw that. I'm not accepting that. That's bullshit. Let's try that again. I wonder if because did I deploy him in like the first mission? Like the first like encounter? Did, I don't think it removes them if you deploy them once. Alright, what is this? This chamber contains a large slab of metal that resembles an altar, with the images of glowering skull-like Necron faces inscribed on the wall. Yeah, let's defile it. One of the Vox casters being transported by the quarter strains of music. Let's find the source. Cool. Right, first actual fight. It's funny how it's talking about a unit right now, but all we see is the back of a wall. Well done. Is this the exact same? This is the exact same arena. And it's taking my servitors away again. Why? Why would it do that? That's not even fair. Like, that's complete shit, that. It's just intentionally making the game unfair. For no foreseeable reason. I brought in goddamn servitors and it's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Fuck you, game. That's just unfair. I'm fine with toughness in a game. I'm not fine when it changes the rules on the fly for no reason. Thanks, G. Z. Let's push on. Like, see, playing this mission, I don't know how you're supposed to do this. Because it takes away your main force of guys to deal with this. And then it just sends all the guys at you. But why? It's just not fair. Because the objective is like, oh, survive for like 3 rounds, and then it's like, oh, kill the enemies. Thanks for that, game. That's helpful. How did I do that when you took my fucking servitors away? There we go. Yeah, that's ridiculous. What the hell? That's like what, 3 Necron warriors and 3 flayed ones? Just a guess. See if I was to destroy this, will this do it? No, not particularly. Yeah, I didn't fail that mission. The game failed that for me. I'm never going to accept that. Why? Fucking hell. I'm pissed right now. I'm actually pissed off with this. Why would you allow me the ability to take servitors and then gimp me in a fight with a bunch of flayed ones and spawning Necron warriors, which I can't possibly fight with 2 tech priests? There's no fairness in that. I'm not taking that mission, because that's just... I'm taking this one, because it ends better than just getting forced to fail. Yeah. Alright, let's wind down with a mission that won't freaking... I need to shut up. I'm just... Yeah, let's just move on. Reports received from Subdomina Kepra. Synopsis follows: heavy resistance, minimal gains, Mounting casualties. Confirm. Yes. No. Correct. There have been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron war form. Reaction. Delight. Great. Take Acquisitor. Explain. Enemy warform. Provision designation Destroyer. Anti-grav technology confirmed. Explorator request. File accessed. Anti-gravitational technologies in area. Stages 8. Majors. A request is high priority. Study of provisional designation Destroyer. Plus desirable, plus necessary, plus sacred duty. And you would be famed throughout Stages 8 for exploiting this technology. Statement agreement. Request formulation follows. Commence deployment immediately. See if they can just give me like a rifle. I'd be happy. The pistols are useless. A concentration of Necron destroyers is playing merry hell with their Skitarii units in Tomb of Equipus. They are highly mobile and heavily armed weapons platforms. Taking them on is dangerous in the extreme. Plus reason to observe them. Our troops possessing such technology extrapolated to conclusion greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. I was raised to see that as dangerous thinking, Majors. Put such piety aside for now, Subdomina. Is the cohort ready to advance? They are. I applied the likely location and destroy units. They're somewhere within this complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. It's actually quite a big complex, this. Go this way. Direct request. Bring it to me. Indirect request. The cohort finds a sarcophagus containing a Necron destroyer that seems inert. It may have malfunctioned and failed to respond to Tomb's awakening protocols, which happens. Open the sarcophagus and try to retrieve the destroyer inside. Let's tag it. Transmission origin, Necron. Xenos language study opportunity, request, study. Hard not to the aliens' words, lest you unknowingly repeat them. True in Archmagus Venatorus Halon Vortet Magus, true today. Its chamber is based on the constant data flow transmitted by the Tomb's own awakening protocols. This transmission must be of Necron origin. Yeah, delegate it. Lies of Logic Saints, Psalm 61. Even in death, our duty is not complete. Ah, these guys. A mortally wounded Skitarii lies on the floor of this chamber, his torso laid open by gauss fire. He was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind when his unit fell back. It's likely the Skitarii were attacked by Necron destroyers. This Skitarii may have witnessed their tactics up close. Interrogate them, yeah, that's gonna end up well. Yeah, let's download some data. Oh, wonderful. Hopefully this fight is fair. Intrigue. Most interesting. Not all forms are humanoid. Logging data plus Centurion form plus gravity defying. The Xenos show that they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the Org Cog. Version 12 states, one can verge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity. but we lost to the men of iron and their ways. Dude, the Necron must absolutely terrify the Mechanicus, because it's in a way their worst nightmare. Well, for some of them. Some of them it's actually their ideal. The idea of turning their bodies completely mechanical. I do not mean to diverge from the discussion, but what are these Iron Men? How are you just now realising? Oh my god, some of these... See if I've been like Majos, some of these Mechanicus are really not that smart. Alright. I'm clear this text was logged many millennia ago. There's no other reference to them in my cogitators. Keep focused, brawlers. We have a new enemy afoot. We must ensure they do not surprise us with their new trickeries. Be alert and focus. Alright, so it seems like at the minute they're the only forces in the room. Huh. Didn't we bring 5 servitors? Is this just something the game does? It like assesses the difficulty of the area and cuts down your forces to compensate? Interesting. What the hell am I supposed to do here? There's no way to get to the platforms. Put them there, put them there, put them there, put them there. There. Start. Let's try and start off with getting as much cognition as we can. Do you know what this mission kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of Mission XCOM 2, where you've got a very, very similar map layout, but it's a lot bigger in XCOM 2, where you just have the enemies like teleporting in, and you've got this boss like just over here. And if you get round this corner, you get blasted and basically your unit gets taken out. I need to play that in the channel at some point. XCOM 2 is cracking. It's a cracking game. XCOM 1's pretty good as well, but... well, actually, no, I think about it. XCOM 1 with the expansion, Enemy Within, is really good. I played through that game so many times with that expansion. Because it allows you to, like, gene splice your units. And the second one is got a really cool expansion that like changes the entire game basically, as in like new enemy units, new enemy bosses, new classes, new factions. It's so good. Is he gonna blast that wall? I guess not. And servitors, you could do it. So now I think I should probably put them next to these in case more warriors come out. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Why is this game so freaking hard? Holy shit. This game has no right being this freaking hard. See, once the stream ends, I'm gonna look up how to play this game. So I'm actually thinking I'm missing something. Because our equipment is not good enough to deal with this. Yeah, I know I delayed the unit's turn. Why do you think I did that? And he's dead. See, I don't get it. See the way that the game is throwing out Necron warriors at this rate, it makes me think the game thinks we can do more damage than we're actually able to right now. But we can't, because our only ranged option is goddamn pistols. Ah, fucking hell. Wow. Do I wonder, does it want me to like charge in and just, I don't know, just blast the ever living shit out of this boss and just, maybe that's what it wants. Because the objective is to just kill the boss. If we get one more turn and a tech priest survive, we should be able to kill this thing. Does he get 2 turns after this? Oh, we did it! No, we didn't. Fuck. I thought the acid damage killed him there. No. We're not even that lucky. And he's dead. Yep. Yo, I said I was gonna look this up after the stream, but I'm looking it up now. Why is this game so unfair? Like, even XCOM is not this unfair. I mean, I know you fail a few missions here and there in XCOM, obviously. But they give you the equipment to deal with the situations. It's just the tactics that fail. Like, I don't see how, with the equipment available, these situations can be dealt with. 2 seconds. Ah, yeah, there we go. There's some Steam reviews there. Game is unfair and not easy at all. No shit. Ah, right. So apparently if you don't spec your tech marines properly at the start, it derails your whole campaign. Wonderful. That's glorious. I'm just going to keep going at this point. Because I don't like either of those missions. I can't just keep, like, you know, reloading my save. No, saying that. So, basically, I didn't actually look at this. So it looks like if I use the servo skill on one of their troops, I can increase that damage, movement, and crit chance. I can also give them this. Yeah, let's give them that. That may actually end up being pretty handy. Alright, let's go again. As much as I don't like this mission or the other one, I think this one's got the highest chances of success. Because ironically, the destroyer is very destroyable. But that fight with the flayed ones and the warriors just doesn't seem doable. Ah, shit. Yeah, I'm just going to try and speed through this, see if I can get to the objective quickly here. Jeez, I'm already making this a lot worse for myself. Alright, we're back to this again. Alright, so the best solution we can come up with for this is basically just try and like get it to go into a corner, kill it, and then once it's dead we can just take its parts, and I think that's probably the end. What? Ah, we don't have enough thing to just. Oh, god damn it. Oh! Wait. No. I was about to rationalise why I wasn't able to summon servitors earlier, as I didn't have enough cognition points, but no. It's not what it came up as like an option. Oh, that's gonna come in handy. Yeah, so let's just prep ourselves. Just go all in and attacking that destroyer. Yeah. Ah, shit. Okay. So now we can get Skitari the Bear. What do you mean no target available? It's right there. Oh god damn it, game. this could be fun. Why? Why can I not activate this? Okay. What do you mean there's no target? This is right there. Oh, game. Alright, go. With 4 damage. Alright, this one was Servitor down. We can deal with that. I don't get why he gets 2 tunnels, like, come on. I'm not even gonna lie, see after this stream's finished, I might just not play this game anymore. I've probably been too harsh, but oh my god, this game is bullshit. Just hide in there. Cool. Okay, why? I just I don't get it. I don't get it. Just attack. Come on. Oh, because it's because they're not in range, isn't it? Because we've got like no melee, we've got no range weapons. That's what the problem is. Alright, that makes sense. Not happy that it makes sense, but it makes sense. Well, I just did that by accident. Well done. Yo, I'm gonna check the settings. Did I accidentally select hard mode while I wasn't paying attention? No. I could get the enemies if I wanted to. I feel like that's a bit unfair. I mean, the game has been unfair, but like, I don't like that. I don't like the idea of like weakening the enemy. It just doesn't feel fair. I was considering selecting hard difficulty when we started. Ugh. Yeah, do you know what? I think we've had a wee bit of a dead end right now. Fuck. I think I'll call this stream for today, guys, because I'm not gonna be making any progress anytime soon. So I'm gonna do a bit of research in the game, you know, read up about it, see what I'm not seeing, and then I'll come back to it next week. All right?
Can you hold on just a wee minute just to check?
Okay, so I'll be playing this again next week, maybe. see if I just start off next week. I'm like, yeah, I might burn this game to the ground. Then we'll probably play like Warhammer Inquisitor. Just jump over 2 seconds. There we go. Just move my ass over there. There we go. Yeah, so apart from that, I actually quite enjoyed like the themes of the game. It was interesting seeing the game from like a different perspective with the Mechanicus. I don't see much about them, mostly because I've not really cared to look into them. Because there's so much in the universe, you can only look at it so much at a time. And you know, it's cool seeing the Necrons represented, even if it is like the old version of them. But I will need to learn about the game. Maybe I will make some adjustments in the difficulty. Maybe like put it into easy mode, so we can at least progress. Because like I'm just gonna keep bitching. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just gonna keep bitching throughout the entire game because like you guys can see that that's just not fair. The game is just not fair. Like a mission where it just sends you in. You've brought reinforcements and it's like, no, you can't bring reinforcements. We say you can't, and then it gives the enemy team reinforcements. It's like, where's the fairness? There's no fairness there. It's not. All right, enough complaining about the game. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll read out in a second. Let's see who's online right now. All right, we'll get someone playing Splatoon 3. That'll be a nice wee way of winding down, unless the game is not going well in their favour. All right, let's cue that up then, shall we? I remember I used to play a wee bit of Splatoon here and there. And you always knew you were going to lose, because if there was Japanese players in the opposite team, always going to lose no matter what. They're just too good. Right, have I got the spelling right? Yeah, I think that's right. That's right. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again on... What's the day? Is it Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I'll see you guys again on Friday. Alright, bye guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.